Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's Monday and it was a very busy weekend, wasn't it? The Telegraph reports that a woman was killed and 2 more people seriously injured in stabbings in the Gorton area of Manchester. Or Manchalabad, if you've ever actually been for a walk round there. And Visegrad 24 reports media silence after a regular at Allen's legendary snack bar went mental and stabbed a Catholic priest in Ireland. The army chaplain was severely ventilated by this mostly peaceful foreign knife wielder before he was saved by soldiers who managed to overpower the attacker. And the BBC don't want to talk about any of this because it's the BBC, isn't it? Just like they don't want to talk about Jimmy Savile diddling about 500 kids on their watch. Well, not even on their watch, on their couch. On the couch in the Director General's office. They don't want to talk about that, but they did want to talk about something else. Related to locking up people who you would probably think are less likely to be a danger to the public than the individuals involved in those 2 stories I've just covered. Elon Musk brought this to my attention. Operation Orwell, more like it. This is unbelievable. The UK is releasing 5,000 prisoners to make room for anti-immigration protesters. Some of them will be violent offenders. And I told you what was going to happen, didn't I? I told you what was going to happen years ago when we put Scouse communists in charge of the prison system. Listen to this.
We will guarantee a prison cell. We will make sure that those people who need to be in prison will be in prison, not necessarily in the area where they live. They may be 200-300 miles away from home, but we will guarantee people a prison cell.
The numbers are so tight there. How can you make that guarantee?
They are tight, and that's why we've initiated Operation Early Dawn. So basically, the easiest way to describe it is 1 in, 1 out. So as people get released, we can then pick up people from police cells and take them to court, and we will triage that 3 times a day.
They're going to guarantee. They don't guarantee your rights, your safety, your health, or that your kids aren't going to get folded up above a greasy kebab shop in Luton by a swarthy foreign gentleman, but they will guarantee you a prison sentence if you said something they don't like. Brilliant. Cheers, lads. You look after me, you do. 1 in, 1 out, like the world's worst nightclub. Get in. Okay, here we go again. Crazy weekend. Loads of crime, violent crime. Women being killed by people who probably won't be prosecuted under new misogyny terror laws being pushed through by Rachel Reeves, was it? A woman who's got the IQ of a pull-along duck? Oh no, she's the woman who spends like a drunk sailor in Vegas. So obviously we put her in charge of the purse strings. No, we put Yvette Cooper is the one who's going to criminalise builders wolf whistling at women while allowing a 20-vehicle... Well, I covered it on my live stream yesterday. A 20-vehicle convoy, a pro-surprise sex convoy driving through London chanting, "Yes, we will Roger your daughter like a copper's radio on a bench in a public place," while the coppers do nothing about it. So, it's more of the same. You'll get nicked for being impolite on Twitter, and they'll not get nicked for donkeying one into your kids, cutting people up with a meat cleaver in a public place, and calling noisily for the extermination of 25 million people. Although, probably more like 3 or 4 billion if you include all the infidels in it. And the BBC have covered it here. Jailed rioters may trigger prison overcrowding plan. Yeah, so basically, it's your fault. If you said something mean on Twitter, it's your fault we've got to let the convicted mass murderers out of prison. Why do you make us do this? An emergency plan to avoid prison overcrowding could be triggered in the coming days as more rioters are sentenced, the Prison Officers Association has said. Operation Early Dawn, a contingency that allows defendants waiting for a court appearance to be kept in police cells until prison space is available, could be used. The government announced quick sentencing for those involved in the riots that followed the fatal stabbing of the 3 girls in Southport, leading to hundreds appearing in courts across the UK. But not the person that stabbed the little girls in Southport. Think of that. So there's your priorities. Bloke from the northeast making politically incorrect quips on Twitter. Get that to the top of the list. We've got to deal with this. Bloke knifing little girls in the face. We've triaged that. And the risk is lower than a rattlesnake's ball sack. Easy. Mr. Fairhurst warned that this had a massive knock-on effect on the entire justice system as police cells got clogged up, meaning officers had not got the power to arrest people and put them away. He said last week had seen 397 new receptions, the biggest influx he had seen for some time, and that on Friday, the adult male closed estate only had 340 spaces left. Justice Secretary Shabana Mahmood, trust her to do a fantastic job of being impartial, announced plans to cut the proportion of the sentence inmates must serve behind bars from 50% to 40%. I love that. I love that. Imagine finding out that your 12-year-old daughter got banged more times than Stevie Wonder's big toe above a greasy, dirty, blowtorching chickens on an upturned shopping trolley kebab house in the northeast of England. Imagine finding out that happened to your 12-year-old daughter. The bloke who did it gets sentenced to 2 years, and then you hear, oh yeah, bit annoyed about this sentence here, think it's a little bit late. Well, you'll love this. We're letting him out. It used to be, 50% of the sentence, but we've had a bad couple of weeks with all these people tweeting, so we're letting him out after he's done 8 weeks. Cheers. Do you want to lube her up and bring her around month after next? Yeah. Cheers then. On Sunday, Cleveland police said 2 women aged 24 and 52 had been charged with violent disorder. Oh, lock them up, quick. 2 women aged 24 and 52, bang them up, breaking rocks, 25 year. Because I don't know about you, I'm constantly paranoid. I'm looking over my shoulder when I'm at the cash machine, thinking, I hope there's no 52-year-old women around here. Yeah, it's not the 21-year-old Libyans with hissing backpacks that bother me. It's 52-year-old housewives with no previous convictions. They're the ones we need to be concentrating on, ladies and gentlemen, if we ever want to be safe on our streets. It's just common sense. It's common sense. Because if you watch Hollywood movies, 52-year-old women are much stronger and faster and more dangerous than, 19-year-old blokes with hairy asses, so obviously they're the ones the police should be locking up. Makes loads of sense, doesn't it? Doesn't it? No? Nah. But that's just what I think. Maybe I'm just being, a fascist. Yeah, definitely a fascist if you don't want to lock old ladies up. That's what I'm going with that. Makes loads of sense. I hope you enjoyed that video. Please let me know in the comments if you aren't concerned about old ladies, but you are concerned about very illiterate, very aggressive 20-year-old men with criminal records almost as long as their throbbing members. I don't even know what to say anymore. As I said, you have to laugh. You have to laugh because the world's gone completely mad. And I keep telling you, Lord, it's going to be the plot of Starship Troopers. They're going to keep doing this. You're going to have hundreds of thousands of violent male felons wandering the streets, and nobody's going to feel safe to go out on a night, and it's only going to get fixed when Joe Normie wakes up. So you've got a couple of more years of this to dig in for. If you've been listening to me, I hope you've got a folding shovel, 2 or 3 years of rations in your garage, and as many legal weapons as you can get your hands on. Because I've been warning you. But that's it. I'll have to do for the day. I've got to go to work because unlike all the people that we import, I do actually work for a living. So yeah, I'm off. Thanks for tuning in. Please like and share the video if you can be bothered, and let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy. Toodle pip. Cheers.